Last week we took a subframe and made this jig. This week we took this jig and made this subframe, and I think it turned out pretty freaking good. So the first bit of business today, before we get too involved, is to cut these off. So we need to cut off the lower control arm brackets, leave them as long as possible. So I'm going to try to cut as close to the welds as possible. And then I'm going to do something a little bit funky. I don't have any DOM tubing for this. Well, so what I'm going to try, I've never tried this before, but I think I'm going to run a hole saw over the outside of it and see if I can't just cut the weld and pull these out without tearing them up too much. I don't want to completely mutilate this because there are still going to be some times where I want to make measurements off of it. So we'll try to cut these off as cleanly as we can. I really trust what we've mocked up with the jig. I just don't want to screw this up, and I don't want to be taking it in and out from the car 100 times. So one time, that's the goal. Let's get to work. Okay, that gets all the lower control arm mounts off. I don't think they're too torn up. I think we can salvage them. The main reason that we're pulling these off is, I don't know what the heck that's called. Never mind. Oh no. Yeah, I tried this a million times. Oh no. To get this off my mind, yeah, yeah. Sometimes I feel really low, oh no. So sweet. It's just for the place under the stars. I tried this a million times. Oh no. Okay, we have all the brackets and the bolts. So one thing I wish I would have done would have been to measure this. Ooh, that's still hot. And just ordered some DOM tubing online. Would have been a way better use of my time and yours, but we didn't. So that's just where we are. Ooh, snug. Aerospace tolerances. I'm getting it nice and greasy for the welding. Ooh, that one's still hot. I'm gonna let it cool down. So what we're going to do, and the whole reason we made all this, so if you remember, these go like this, and they go there, and these went here, right? And here, and here. And it doesn't look like much to work with, but it will be plenty. We'll reinforce them and add to it. It does amaze me how lightweight all this Miata stuff is, but I guess that's to be expected. recorded. It's a little stiff. I'm guessing it got a little deformed when I welded it up. All right, Isaiah, you can montage.
Yeah, I've tried this a million times. Oh no. To get this off my mind. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I feel real low. Oh no.
I told you not to get this on camera. Had to adjust the jig a little. I think it was just paint though. I mean, aerospace tolerances.
I'm not gonna lie. Oh no. Yeah, I've tried this a million times. Oh no. To get this off my mind. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I feel real low. Oh no.
So, got our pieces cut up. They're not, you know, it's going to take a lot of grinding to make it pretty and make it fit real tight and right, but I think you can get the gist of this. So that's the outside perimeter of it. Obviously we're going to have some little fiddly bits going up to there to hold it, some brackets back here for the mounting points. And then we're going to reinforce these and clean them up and make them look a little better. But for comparison, let me show you this. Here is the narrowness of the old one. So you can see our LS motor mounts will come off that real nice and good. But you can see we've gained quite a bit of real estate. And it's gonna weigh about the same, and I think it'll be just as strong. So that's about it. Let's get back to it and get back to work. That just about does it. All we need to do is get it ready for paint. Grind down some of the rough edges, hit it with the flapper wheel and a wire wheel, should be good to go. I don't want to paint it though until we get it up under the car, make sure it fits 100%. We did measure several times to make sure our motor mounts fit. It's going to work out beautifully. So that's going to be it for this episode. We'll see you next weekend. And remember, if you're doing some projects, let us know. We want to see those. Get them posted on Facebook. Leave it down in the comments so we can see. And thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.